Good morning. Today we are going to do Quilt as You Go hot pads. These are simple, simple, and simple. These are awesome for leftover fabric that you have from projects. Today I'm using poppy cotton fabrics. They're absolutely durable. The feel of them is amazing. And let me get started. What you're going to need is a 10 by 10 piece of cotton batting. You're going to need scraps, just all different scraps that you have left. You're going to need an 8.5 by 8.5 backing, 8.5 by 8.5 Insul Bright or whatever you want to use. You're going to have, you need a 2.5 by 42 inch for your binding. And the tab, if you want a hanging tab on it, I just made it 2.5 by 4.5. And I've got it already folded, but I'll show you that. I'm going to try this new little roller thing that I got a long time ago and see how it works instead of ironing it and see what I think. And of course, your seam ripper, because I always need a seam ripper. And let's get started. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to center it. I'm not going to measure it. I'm going to try to not be as OCD as I normally am. I'm going to put this next, and I'm going to cut this right there. Doesn't have to be perfect, which, as we all know, that's hard not to do. I'm going to use my 1/4 inch seam, and I'm going to quilt it as I go. Okay, I'm going to try not to be obsessive, but as we all know, that's a little easier said than done. Okay, the 2.5 inch. It's telling me my dual feed isn't on. These before Christmas, I could have my Christmas gifts finished. But, you know, in theory, it sounds good. And I'm working at not being precise. We're working at it anyways. It's a work in progress. And I'm using cotton thread, cotton batting, because you don't want something that's going to melt. If you use polyester, it will melt when you use something hot on it. Okay, throw that away. Next, I think I'm going to put on this. I'll put that on top. I need to cut it off. And today, just make sure you comment. I don't know what we're giving away today. What are we giving away, Linz?
What do you think? 1/2 inch scallop?
A 1/2 inch scallop. Ruler.
Do you use Insul Bright on these?
Yes. I'm going to use Insul Bright, sandwich it in. But I don't want to do quilting with Insulbright. I don't think it'd work so hot. I've never done it, but I guess I don't want to try. I just thought this would be such a cute gift. Look for somebody's birthday. Make this and make a loaf of bread. How fun. And this was just a wild hair yesterday, and I thought, this is really fun. And I'm going to show you a cute way how to do the binding. I usually am nutsy and hand sew everything. Ask Lindsay how nuts I usually am. But I thought, I'm going to do this simple. And I was like impressed that I did do it simple because I normally don't. And I thought, I'm going to do this simple for a change. And I mean, we all have all these scraps. And then I thought, oh my gosh, you can make it out of your crumb. When we made that crumb quilt, you can use it out of your crumbs. My gosh, who cares if it's all... Let's say you go camping or you do whatever. You could do this for camping. Potholders. You could do it for... It's just cute. And it's totally fun. Just keep going away. It's just fun. And heck, who doesn't have a bunch of scraps? Let's see if this one fits. Nope, not quite. Let's do this little guy. Yeah, let's use green. It's almost like a log cabin. You just keep going around and around and around and around. Nice thing is if you don't even cut it perfect, it works.
Do you like the seam roller for this?
I think it's pretty good. Yesterday I kept going back and forth between the seam roller and the iron because so today I made a deal with myself. I had to just use the seam roller. Because yesterday it was like, oh, I use a seam roller. Then I'd go iron it. Like there's a little crease in here. And that's going to drive me absolutely wonkers. Because, you know, there was a little wrinkle in the fabric. So I know me well enough. That'll drive me nuts. But yeah, I really do like it. I got this years and years ago. There's a lady at a show, and she did curve. There was something she had for a curve, and I got it. I thought it was pretty cool. Okay, so now we go to this side. Okay. Oops. at all. Okay, try another color. There's a peach. Just keep adding on. And it's just, I think it's just as cute as it. It's just cute. But for Christmas, if you had to spare, well, when we have spare minutes, and we're not got 200 projects going on. I went and my hubby's ready to shoot me. I brought my featherweight and put it in my dinette. He goes, just what you need, another sewing spot. But, oh well. Another project, you know? That's what happens when you have ADHD. Oh, let's just check this one out. Oh, that's gonna drive me crazy. Hang on. Just got a little wrinkle.
Have you made any clothes lately?
I was thinking about that. I have to make something because with my new tatas, things don't fit the way they should. And I, in fact, got out a pattern the other day and I thought, I have to make myself some clothes because nothing fits. Or I need to learn how to take them all in on the front.
Judy uses her dining room table for her cloth icon on Brother Dreamweaver.
Does she? Oh, honey, I'm with you.
That's where I put mine too. Dining room table.
But the problem is I have so many sewing rooms and then I use something else. Oh, heck. But I'm down in the basement and it is so cold down here that when I sew down here long term, my arthritis just gets so bad by the end of the day. Because I'm not young anymore. That I can't stand it. The Icon is a really awesome machine too. It's absolutely awesome Okay, this isn't long enough, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to find one long enough here. Not quite. And if they're not long enough, what I'm going to do is cut this off. Now add something else to it. It's pretty close. Let's put this with this. Close enough. And you can always add on. That's why this is so cool for scraps. You just keep going, 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 and you can use it, and it's awesome.
Judy has a heated room in the basement, but's afraid to put the machine down there because they live in the rainy south. Because it floods. Totally
Lindsay doesn't want me to put a heater down here because she's scared I'll start something on fire.
No.
Lindsay yesterday says, no, you can't put the heater down there because you might start yourself on fire with all your fabric. And I'm going, okay. Yeah, I'm just going to do this because the green is right there. I'll use that for another side. So I was like, okay. I said, I'm going to go get the heater from upstairs. She goes, no, you might start yourself on fire. So I was like, okay. She always thinks she's going to find me buried underneath all my fabric someday.
Possible.
The Icon is an awesome machine too. That's a little workhorse. That is awesome. Okay, I know I got a skinny piece here somewhere. Okay, let's find another. Oh, that looks close enough. I'm gonna iron this one. And yes, before I started this, I did change my needle. Because I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to be doing some major sewing.
What size square did you start with?
I start out with about a 3.5 by 3.5. I've done 2.5 by 2.5. It just depends. And then I just, depends how big of the pot holder is going to be. And this is going to be 8.5 by 8.5 when I'm finished. Because that's a good size pot holder.
Of batting. What size batting square did you start with? Like what size is the pot holder?
Okay, the 10 by 10 is the batting, 8.5 by 8.5 by backing, 8.5 by 8.5 for your backing of your this. I have a 2.5 by 42-inch long for your binding, and then the tab is 2.5 by 4.5 for this. And I can give you the handwritten list if you want when I'm done. You know, my hand scratching isn't exactly, it's like as I think of this stuff, I do it, which probably isn't the best way to do it.
Is it one layer of warm and natural?
Just one layer. That's all I do. Just one layer. Because you're gonna put your shiny stuff underneath it. Okay, there we go. And that is actually close enough because you're gonna cut all this crap up anyways. Okay, I see what's going on. I got this thread caught. There we go. Did I swank it here somewhere? Okay, so now you want to cut it 8.5 by 8.5. I don't know what I did here, but I'm cutting it off anywho, so it doesn't matter.
Shiny stuff or Insulbright?
Insulbright, which I have right here. So now I want to cut this 8.5 by 8.5. Sometimes I can see with my glasses, and sometimes I can see better without them. It drives me crazy. So, let me see here.
What did you do to your arm?
A dog jumped on it and scraped me. One of my dogs. With being an aspirin, it doesn't take much to trash your arm. Actually, it was Heisenberg, Lindsay's favorite dog. She's the little wiener schnitzel. Okay, here's my... Let me move this over here. This down here. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to take and make your little, this guy. So it's 2.5 by 4.5. Fold it in half, then fold the sides in, and then all I'm going to do is sew it down the side, and this is going to be my little tab. Okay, throw all that over there. Let me cut all the little threads. Okay. So I put this little guy in the corner.
You have to hold it up.
You can put it over here, you can put it wherever you want, but if you want to hang it above your stove top or whatever, that's a good spot to put it. So next I'm going to put the Insulbright with the shiny side going up. Okay. Then I'm going to take the back, which is 8.5 by 8.5, and I'm going to put this back here and sandwich it all together like this. Then I'm going to take my little clippies and I'm going to baste, which mine only goes to a 5, but some machines go to a 6. I'm going to baste this all around the edges. So when I put on the binding, nothing moves. I don't want it to shift.
What's on the back of the backing?
Okay, I've got my top, then, with your cotton batting. Then I've got my Insulbright with the shiny side going forward. You can use your hot pad like this. And then I've just got my fabric backing. So it's all sandwiched together. Also all the way around. And I'm just basting it. I'm not doing anything special. I just don't want it to move when I'm doing the binding. Okay, then all you want to do is clean it up so it's all nice and square.
What type of thread are you using?
I love the Aurifil. Or I use the Gutermann. Either one works really well. The Aurifil is like my #1 I use. If I can't find the color in that, then I go with the Gutermann. I've got a friend who's got COVID really bad. Her name is Jerry Robinson. She's got COVID, so please send up prayers. She's in ICU. She designs fabric. She's one of my dear, dear friends, so please send up prayers for her. I'm just really worried about her. And she lives in Ohio, so it's like, oh my goodness gracious. Okay, so that's all cleaned up. So now what I'm going to do is take this little tab and I'm going to put it, change your stitch length. I've been known to forget to do that, which is really not the smartest thing in town, but I'm just going to put it in the corner. And what I'm going to do is just, I'm going to sew it. You can pin it, but for me, I have to sew it because otherwise I'll make a mistake doing something. I don't know you guys, but I have to. Okay, now I'm going to show you a little trick. Then this is going to be, this is 2.5 by 42. For binding, when you're doing something small like this, when you put it on, you know how you do it like this. But when you start it, if you start it like this, then you don't have to worry about configuring everything. So all I do is take it, I do like a triangle like this. Then I'm going to start sewing. Let me get this so I'm centered better for me. Right along the edge here, the 1/4 inch, just like you normally would put on a binding. Kind of, sort of. You'll see what I'm doing in a second. So I'm going to keep sewing, sewing, sewing. Then I'm going to lift this up. I'm going to put this under. I need to sew just a little further down. I'm not quite there. Okay, now it's long enough to put the flap up. Then I'm going to take and put this flap down like this. And keep sewing, and then you sew it to get to a 1/4 inch from the end. And I always mark it because I happily get sewing away and I sew way off. Just the way, because I just keep sewing, 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 and don't think about things. Then I back it up. Then you take it off. I think I went a little too far, so let me find my, here it is. Yeah, I went up a little too far. Yeah, 1 stitch. Perfect. Then you want to put your thumb here. Then you want to go up like this. So this is all even. Okay? Then you want to put this down like this. I'm going to put a clippy here. And you want this all going parallel. Then you're going to start sewing. Once again. all the way down and do the same thing on all four corners. But if I don't mark it, you guys, I just keep going on and on and on, because I'll be watching a movie or I'll be listening to a movie and I just don't pay attention. I know how my mind works too well. Once again, go up like this. You bring it back down. I put this here. This is on the end where I've got that little one more time. And then you go up again, come back down. And when you get to this point, because you've got this open, you go past where you've got this about an inch. Because then you don't have to hook it. You know how you have to put the right sides together or do the 45 or whatever. So I'm going to go to about an inch further. I'm going to tuck this in. So let me get this up again, down, and I'll do it as I'm feeding it.
What is the little yellow thing called?
A sewing guide. I love this thing. Here, Lindsay, if you want to. Sorry for throwing it. I love that thing. That thing is like awesome. Let me just put this in here and have it nice and tight. Okay, voila, you got all this sewn on. Then all you have to do okay, I'm going to start on the side where I finished it. And now all I'm going to do is...
Where did you purchase your sewing guide?
Actually, I think I got it like at Brewer or something like that. One of the distributors. But I love this darn thing. I use it all the time. Because I don't want to guess and by gosh with things. I just want something that's right there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to finish this off. And that's what I love about this. And a lot of times I'll put my bling on it because I'll have a bunch all done and then I'll put it on before I did the last step. But for this one, I just was like, I'm just going to show you how to do the binding. And I'm just going to just put it okay. And when you get to the corner, you just want to do like the mitering. So you might want to put just like a little clippy in there. So all I'm going to do is sew the 1/8 of an inch at the edge. And just make sure you miter the corner once again. And let's put another little guy in here. Flippy. Once again, miter the corner. And actually, I know I'm taking longer than I normally do on a project, but this is a pretty quick project if you have a gift you need to do. Let me get this. Let me try to do my- Yep, it did. There, we have a finished pot holder. I think it looks pretty darn cute. And that's a quick and easy way to start and stop on something small. Because when you have something this small, to start and stop on a binding is kind of a pain. So that's a quick and easy way to do it. And I hope you enjoyed that. I think it's a fun way to do it. Okay. There's too many in here. I like close my eyes and grab. The winner today is Marcia Kirsch. Congratulations, my dear friend. And I love you, sweetie. She works for FA. And thank you for watching and have a fabulous day. And God bless all of you. And please share and please subscribe. Have a fabulous day. God bless.